South Korea's Constitutional Court has held its last hearing over the impeachment of the president, Park Geun-hye. Park is accused of taking part in a multi-million-dollar extortion racket. However, she does deny doing anything wrong and highlighted her efforts to serve the nation in a statement read by one of her defense attorneys. The Constitutional Court's ruling is expected to be announced on the 13th of March. Adam Reed was at the court in Seoul and he sent us this report.
Following the announcement today by the acting president that there was to be no extension to these hearings, the opposition parties against President Park actually moved to impeach him. Now, whether that happens remains to be seen, but President Park was not in court today. She exercised her right to presidential immunity, instead issuing a brief prepared statement which was read out by her advisors, and it basically said she did not advance her own interest and also never received improper requests from Samsung or any other companies. Now, that relates to some $37 million that is brought into question over whether President Park and her friend Choi Soon-sil did benefit from Samsung's merger between two Samsung companies in 2015, and those questions of the Samsung heir, J.Y. Lee, still continue. Now, the prosecution against President Park over this impeachment, they closed by saying that it's in the national interest that the impeachment is upheld. They brought into question her still unaccounted for whereabouts during the 2014 ferry disaster where 304 people lost their lives, and her whereabouts which are still unaccounted for during that time. And just also the opinion polls at the moment, 8 out of every 10 Koreans disapprove of her being brought back into office. So whether or not there is in the national interest she can even return to power still remains to be seen. If the impeachment is upheld, then a snap election will be held 60 days from that time. But don't expect an announcement in any immediate future. There will be at least a couple of days' notice before that happens. And if President Park is forced from office, then she will be the first Korean sitting president to have that happen to her in the country's history.